about what it means to be a winner in negotiation. We all want to be winners, right?
Yes.
Who would like to be a loser? Silence, silence. All right, so I can assume we all want to be winners, right? Winners get trophies, and they get like jerseys with their name on it. Did well in the last negotiation. Go Johnson, right? All right. So in a negotiation, what makes somebody a winner? What's that?
Both wins.
Well, no, hey, how'd that Super Bowl go? Oh, they both won. What? No! You got some fancy book title? Win-win negotiation? Like that ever happens. Come on! Come on, what does it mean to win a negotiation? You know the answer to this.
You got what you want.
You get what you want, right? What about the other guy?
Who cares?
Who cares? Did you get what you wanted? Damn straight, people! Don't be so mamsy-pamsy. Well, okay, I have what I want, but I think we should keep negotiating because I just don't feel your happiness. Okay, I don't think you're whole as a person. What? No way! You get what you want and you're done. You're out of there, right? Well, honey, looks like we were able to buy the house for $200,000, but you know, they've got 5 kids. Can't we give them some more money? Really? No! You would never do that, would you? We're at win negotiations. I want to get to win-win. No! Absolutely not. Okay. A winner is actually somebody who understands what their objectives are. Okay? You can't be successful in a negotiation if you don't know why you're there, if you don't know what you want to get. Well, I hope you get a good deal with them. What? Really? How are you going to define that good deal? You know, how would you even know if you got it? You have to set that up before you go in, right? Okay? You guys are going in the right direction. Okay? So, you know, a negotiation actually is, the result of it, if it goes successfully, is a deal. And a deal means that 2 people came to an agreement. Okay, now, you're definitely one of them. And I would argue that maybe you're the most important, right? You got to get what you want to get out of this deal. However, who's going to be implementing the deal? It's going to be you and the other person, right? And what happens, come on, stay with me on this one, if you screwed them, you used your amazing mental ability to squeeze them so hard, you got the lowest price, best terms, biggest quantity. You got everything you ever wanted, because they were just idiots. They had no idea how to negotiate. You got everything you wanted out of them. Congratulations, you big tough negotiator, you. What's going to happen when it comes to implementation?
Depends on whether they figure it out in time.
Well, when they go back and tell their boss is going to figure it out, right? Are they going to be happy about implementing? Absolutely not. And what's going to happen if you have to make any changes? What are they going to do? They're going to rake you over the coals, aren't they? Any change you want is going to be $1 million because they're still ticked off about how that negotiation went. Yeah, it's their fault, but they can still be mad about it, right? All right, so if they're not happy, forget win-win, if they're not happy with the deal, okay, then you've set yourself up for future problems, right? So to win a negotiation, you have to come out of it feeling that you got what you wanted. Okay, remember, you had to know going in what you wanted. But it's also very important that they feel that they got what they wanted. And they better not be feeling like they got screwed over, right? Because if so, you're in for a world of hurt as you go on. Okay? Are you going to get everything you want out of a negotiation?
No. Maybe.
Never. You are never going to get everything you want out of a negotiation. And arguably, that's really part of negotiation, right? You give things up to get things, okay? And you have to understand this. When you go into negotiation, you might say, I've got these 10 things that I want. You're not going to get all 10. Are you going to be able to live with 5? No. Okay, that's cool. How about 6? Probably not. How about 7? It depends on what 7, right? Huh? I'm on a car that goes 200 miles an hour and is blue. Well, that's fantastic. I got a blue car, but it only goes 120 miles an hour. Okay. I'm moving, right? Okay. The most important thing to understand here is that winning in negotiation is not like winning in sports. In sports, one team wins and one team loses, right? If you do a negotiation correctly, both come away feeling as though they've won, right? And that's critical because you have to actually implement the deal when you're done. All right, so let's talk about that old phase 1, preparing it. Where does the negotiation actually physically take place? You know, it seems almost immaterial, right? Or whatever. We have to sit down, we have to, knuckle down, we got to get working on this deal. Okay? It turns out that if you can control where the negotiation occurs, you're one step ahead. Ideally, and you can't always do this, it would happen on your home territory. It would happen potentially here, right? Have them come to you. Does it matter that much? It turns out it does. They've done a lot of studies of sports teams. And it turns out, what do we call it in sports? You have got home field advantage is huge, right? If you're a sports team, your chances of winning are much greater if you have home field advantage. If you're negotiating with somebody and you're in a familiar environment, okay, you've got a much better chance of being successful, getting more of what you wanted out of that negotiation. If you have to go to their place, suddenly you're playing on the opposing field. More often than not, what you'll find in negotiations is they pick some sort of neutral location. Okay? What's interesting is the people who did this best were actually the Japanese in the 1980s. So in the 1980s, the U.S. started doing a lot of trade with the Japanese. So executives in the U.S. would get on a plane, they would fly to Japan, they'd leave, I think they'd leave Sunday, they'd arrive Saturday, they'd go to bed, they'd get up Monday morning, they'd start to negotiate. Monday there'd be introductions, Tuesday and Wednesday they wouldn't really make a lot of progress. Thursday they'd start to make some progress, they'd be feeling pretty good about it, and Friday things would start to slow down, right? And the executives had a plane that was leaving at 5 o'clock local time. And so the morning on Friday, they didn't really make an awful lot of progress. But after lunch, things started picking up again. They started making some progress, but there was like 2 or 3 items that were still pretty big items that they hadn't quite been able to reach closure on. And probably maybe like 3:30, the Japanese would make a proposal for how to resolve those ones. And their proposals weren't really the best for the U.S. company, but the plane was leaving at 5, and it was an hour to get to the airport, another half an hour to get through customs. Okay, let's do it. So they'd signed the deal, and they were done. What the U.S. executives didn't realize is that the Japanese executives were good friends with the Japanese executives who ran JAL, the Japanese airline. So they knew exactly when their flight time was. They were able to set up the negotiations, and they scheduled it perfectly, right? No agreement on the big deals until the last day. And the Japanese would make a proposal that was better for the Japanese and not so good for the U.S. when there wasn't very much time left, right? And it was on the Japanese home territory. They did fantastic until the U.S. folks started talking and figured this out. Then they said, what the heck, I'll stay over the weekend, it's not a big deal. And all of a sudden that changed the whole dynamic, okay? So the key thing is to understand home field advantage is huge.